YouTube shorts, are they good? Are they bad? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I'll just tell you this. I like them. I like them because of the potential that they have for short form content. Listen, guys, for those of you who have come to my channel for the first time, or you're watching this from day 5, I'm beginning my YouTube journey. Again, my goal is to become a full-time YouTuber, full-time content creator, more like it, and take my channels and my income from $0 to $25,000 a month. And I'm going to be transparent with a lot of these things and a lot of these metrics, such as what I'm about to show you guys right now with one of my YouTube channels. What you're looking at right here is one of my YouTube channels that has over 100,000 subscribers, and it's in the anime niche. Now, I know a lot of people out there are, well, one, for the first thing, they don't show these things. A lot of people just are not comfortable showing these type of metrics. But what I will say is that a lot of people don't do this because they are afraid of competition. Well, if you're like me, you embrace competition, because at the end of the day, you know, we're a personal brand and we want to believe in the future that quality is gonna outtake and outrank all the other quantity. But the main point of me showing this is not to flex about how much views this got, because the views themselves, they look nice, right? 220,000 views, 6,000 watch hours. Kind of questionable if you know a lot about YouTube, but we did get, you know, almost 2,000 subscribers, and yes, that is $475 from this video itself. Now let's actually get to some other metrics itself that I've been covering here, and that is the related shorts here and the average view duration. Why is the average view duration 1 minute and 39 seconds on a 13-minute and 48-second video? You see, YouTube launched this brand new thing back in September, and it was called the related shorts, or the related video feature that you can now put on short form content. And so one of my shorts that ended up going mega viral to over 45 million views, I decided to have that short linked to a brand new YouTube video that I have never made. So I just made one as an experiment and have that video linked to basically had that YouTube short linked to this brand new video, which was sort of in the same scope, right? And what ended up happening is that 87% of the views that has been basically on this video have come from YouTube shorts, or as YouTube will put it, related shorts. And it's not showing here right now, but it is 87%. But since then, I have, you know, basically rerouted the shorts to other videos, just, you know, for more further experiments. But I thought it was pretty interesting. Of course, the thing that suffered the most was the average viewer duration. So even if you were to have, say, multiple ads on this video, a lot of people don't know that you can actually put as many ads as you technically want. YouTube doesn't actually show all those ads to begin with, but that's something that you actually could do, so that you can actually put like an ad a minute. Not that everybody's gonna see it, you know, an ad every single minute, because YouTube doesn't show an ad every single minute. But there's a lot of things you guys can do to basically increase the revenue that you can make from your videos. Now the reach here was, for this video, was around 250,000 impressions, which is pretty good considering that this video would not have taken off the way it did without that YouTube short itself. The impression click-through rate for me was more impressive, because it has bounced around a lot of bigger numbers for this channel, because typically, you know, for my channel, at least with reactions themselves, they were not getting over 5% click-through rate. Because at the end of the day, reactions, you know, they come and go. Usually for reaction videos, they are search based, and a lot of people just basically are searching for reactions to their favorite series or to brand new series to see if, one, the person that's doing the reaction, they enjoy it, and the person that's watching the reaction, they want to see if those opinions also match, and two, they're just trying to see if the series out there is good. Like if someone does a reaction video to, say, a new anime that just came out today on, you know, January 6th, it's called Soul Leveling. A lot of people are searching for Soul Leveling videos on YouTube right now, and so a lot of people are posting Soul Leveling reactions, whether it is long form content or short form, and a lot of other people have been making content about Soul Leveling for like the last month because of the hype train itself. But naturally, the most views will come once again from YouTube search. Now, when we go to the metrics here and I show you guys what the metrics were, because once again, this video blew up because of a YouTube short, you'll see that 78% of the views for the traffic sources was from related shorts. And this is something that is brand new. It's not, like I said, it's not even a year old, but this has happened since September when it was announced. Mind you, this video went up on October, I believe, 14th. And this is when I saw that my video of mine was just climbing through the ranks and views. But then other YouTube related features, you know, basically percentage of viewers from other YouTube features, that's about 6.4%. What this video does not have is YouTube search, channel pages, and browser features. These are actually some of the, or I consider the 3 most important features when it comes to your YouTube videos, especially for your long form content. But the fact of the matter remains is that this video here does not have that. This video here is literally dominated by the related shorts feature. And you know, when I think about that, and I go through, say, like some of the engagement and whatnot, what I've noticed is that because this video itself is the way it is, like this is one of the longer form videos on the channel itself, and the average viewer duration of my channel was around, you know, say 20 seconds, not 20%, but 20 seconds, because of this YouTube short that went viral. The longer these videos are, the better they kind of perform, and you know, in that sense, at least from what I've realized. Now, I should say this, and I should preface this, that for the first 5 years of this channel, maybe even 6, it was all long form content. And since then, I have taken away the long form content on this channel because, one, they're not being viewed anymore, and the demographic has dramatically changed on this particular YouTube channel, since literally 100,000 subscribers have come from the majority of shorts. Now, once again, when we go through, like, say, the audience, I did gain 1.9 subscribers, 1900 subscribers from this video itself. However, you know, of these subscribers, not a lot of them are watching, say, both types of content on the channel. So this channel currently is primarily shorts. Now, that for a lot of people would be a terrible thing for them, right? For me, someone who has gone through so much of the multiple different iterations of what's going on with YouTube and whatnot, I'm looking at it as a form of, you know, an experiment, a form of, okay, I know what's working right now is YouTube shorts, but how can I now regain that long form content audience? And to me, it's going to be, of course, putting out more long form content videos themselves. That just seems to be where it's going to go. One thing I did know, and I will show you guys right now, for those of you more interested in the revenue, is yes, the video once again did get $475. When this video first came out, it was getting around $1, and then it started to skyrocket once the YouTube shorts was really taking off, because they literally went from $1, let's see, it says on October 15th, to $46 on the very next day, to then let's see, $75 to $113, and of course it just kept on rising and rising and rising. And then you're probably gonna wonder, what is this plateau and why did things stop? That's because I actually got hit with reused content, and I was demonetized during this very short period, because when I spoke to the YouTube rep, they didn't know that my video that went viral, like, you know, I mentioned I had my video that went viral on other platforms. Yeah, they thought that I didn't own that content. So that's where, you know, that confusion hurt my channel for a few days, and then I was able to get back into the monetization program, because that was pretty wild. And I mean, I don't know, and I don't want to take this for verbatim, but what I was just told is that my videos should be uploaded on YouTube first before I upload them on other social media platforms. And like I said, I don't know if that is actual facts. That's why I haven't made a video about it, and I'm probably not going to, unless a YouTube rep just wants to go out there and confirm it. But to be on the safe side, a lot of my videos always appear on YouTube first before I post them on anywhere else, because I don't want to go into another issue where it's going to be like reused content, even though reaction content is perfectly okay under that under the rules for reused content. It was blowing my mind back then. But in any of the case, the reason why I want to show this is mainly because of how much these videos were earning. Now, normally these videos here, as you guys can see, was earning $2.15 for the RPM. So this is how much I would get after whatever CPM was said. It was $3.68, but the RPM was paying out $2.15. You know, in the very beginning, the RPM was around $4, and for what I've seen with a lot of anime channels, depending on the type of content you are talking about, that's what it would be. It would be just, you know, this amount. And because the retention rate is so low to begin with, because of the YouTube shorts, even if I've had all those ads itself, it would barely increase. So there's the one way to increase this, you know, RPM is of course have much longer videos and then have much more ads. So that means you would naturally have much more watch time, because at the end of the day, watch time is king. So one of the ways that I am thinking about, you know, I guess you could say, reformatting my channel for longer form content is to have much longer videos from the get-go, especially with all the shorts. Like, what it tells me when shorts perform well, then I know that there's going to be a topic that possibly can do well as a long form video itself, especially within the anime niche. You know, when that video of mine that went super viral, I figured to follow it up with a video that I figured would do well, and hence it really did, because it also was able to catch on in the algorithm. Now I actually want to show you guys that short that I posted, you know, a few days ago. This is the actual one. These are the actual metrics, so people can see for themselves and know that yes, I am not lying, that this is literally you know, my channel and my short that I'm showing off right here. Now, once again, this video did get close to, what is it, 46 million views. It did bring in 64,000 subscribers and nearly $2,000. I've already broke down in previous videos how much money this would actually have been if this was on long form content, and we did come to the conclusion that it would be around $125,000. It sounds insane, but there's so many other YouTubers out there that are making that type of money with, you know, around this type of views, you know, per month and whatnot. So it's not that insane. But what is insane is that YouTube isn't paying much more for YouTube shorts, and how YouTube shorts basically pays pennies in comparison to long form content. That's essentially it. The major issue that a lot of people have with YouTube shorts is that it pays peanuts, and this is why something like TikTok and its creator and its creativity beta program is, you know, being talked about a lot. Because for TikTok, like, imagine I had 45 for TikTok, just imagine I had 45 million for TikTok. I can only imagine having 45 million views for them on that platform, and knowing that it's $1 per 1,000 views on that platform, instead of what I got with this one, which now is around 5 cents. 5 cents is what I'm getting paid for this video now. It's way past its peak. I can tell you guys, in the very early days, for those first like 3 weeks before he even got to 30 million, I was still around 11 cents per 1,000 views. It was pretty much insane, you know, around that time. But you can expect that a lot of videos will plateau to around this 5 cents, you know, per 1,000 views RPM. Some of my videos, you know, in general do start off, like I said, around, you know, 11-12 cents. There's one video in particular that I did that actually was around nearly 16 cents RPM, but those values go down really quick in its early stages. Even if you have a video with around 1 million of views, or I believe I have a video here with around like 6 million views, I believe the revenue for this one is a little bit higher. So like this video here of mine's just passed, what is it, 6.6 million views, but even so, the revenue for this one, the RPM is around 7 cents. This one was once again much higher, you know, a few weeks ago, and this is one of the newer YouTube shorts that I recently uploaded, which was around the 17th of November, and that's when I was still getting acclimated to getting my you know, my monetization back. But even then, as this video continued to blow up, you know, the rates for it continue to be added on. So for around 6 million views on this particular video, we got $454. Meanwhile, for doing a long form video, that got way less views, we got literally $475. So for 200 and for around 200,000 views, we got the same amount of money that we did get for the YouTube short for 6 million views. So once again, YouTube shorts are great, but at the same time, if you're going to rely on it only for making your money, well, you're gonna have to be averaging around, let's say your goal is 100 million views a month. That's about $5,000 or so in ad revenue, right? Mind you, there are other perks for YouTube shorts that are so great that we're not going to get into for this particular video, but I just wanted to show some of the more transparent data, especially for my channel when it relates to YouTube shorts. And for those content creators out there that are thinking about, man, do I just want to grind shorts? Yes, you can, but you can also grind long form content. Now, the main thing to talk about when it comes to YouTube shorts, versus long form content, especially you out there who also is a content creator, is thinking about the impact that YouTube shorts will have on your channel. Especially if you're a long form content creator, I believe, and this is just coming from me, this is just my general advice, and maybe I'm not the right person to give it because I haven't done enough with my YouTube account, but I would just say that if you're going to make YouTube shorts, make it on a separate channel first, instead of possibly sabotaging your long form content channel, because from what I've seen, because it's happened to me and it's happened to a lot of other people, but I can only speak from my own experience, my long form content channel no longer gets the viewership that it was getting now that my YouTube shorts have taken over. That's just how it is, and that's the struggle that I have come to know. Now, my goal for this year in terms of long form content, especially with this anime channel of mine, is to post even more anime content, more long form content, but still, even on that channel, personally, I'm going to be posting more shorts, because now that channel has become more geared towards shorts. The attention span is completely different, so it's going to take a much longer time in order for me to basically regenerate a long form audience. But that's because I focused the last, I would say, 6 months just on focusing only on shorts. So of course, YouTube will recognize that this is now the new audience. So if I have 100,000 people, 110,000 people that are there just for short form content, then the other 30,000 people on the channel that was originally subscribed for long form content are going to feel left out. I recently did run a poll that's going on right now on this channel, and it's kind of funny. Now, there's only a few votes on it, right? Because I released it not too long ago. But the poll essentially looks like I asked my subscribers, would they rather see more long form anime content from me or more anime shorts from me? And of the 92 votes, 79% is telling me they want to see long form reaction content. So what does this tell me? Well, I'm going to start releasing more long form reaction content and just gauge how it does over the next 3 months. This is what I do now. This is how I assess what to do with my YouTube content and my YouTube channel. I've been releasing polls every single day as a part of my strategy. I'm talking about image polls because image polls have brought a lot of great impressions to my YouTube channel itself, and it's also given me content, and I will talk about this in another video, how I utilize my own polls to give me fuel for content, especially when I see a result from, say, an anime question that I ask. If I ask like which anime character has the best power and whatnot, that's a YouTube short, or that could possibly be a long form video, and that's where I can get a lot of the general data from, especially if like 3,000 to 6,000 people are voting on these things. That just shows me that there's great interest in those topics. So there's a lot of things that can give me constant ideas every single day for this channel itself, especially because I'm uploading so much content. This isn't one of those channels that I would say that you can just upload, say, once a week or twice a week and be done with it, as long as you be consistent. Because I've been creating content for like the last 10 to 14 years, I have just come up with a lot of ideas, and that's probably because my ADHD, and I just write all these 100 ideas down. And for me, sure, I can just pick the one best idea that works and ensure the quality for that is like super top notch and whatnot. But at the same time, I know myself and I like to talk about so many different things. So what I've come to notice is that, you know what, these YouTube shorts do give me the outlet to talk about multiple different things. And this is why I can do that, because one, I guess you say I'm showing my face on camera. You know, I'm a personal brand. This is how I build my personal brand itself. If I was faceless, then I would have to really be pick and choosing, you know, which type of topics I would like to cover on YouTube itself. But if there's anything that you guys can take away from what I've been saying in this video, especially about YouTube shorts, is that the best course of it, once again, is just doing the channel by itself. You know, I think if that's what it would be done, because not only do you have YouTube shorts, you also have TikTok, you also have Facebook. Once again, Facebook Reels is a thing. If you can get your fan page on Facebook to 5,000 followers, you're golden to start making some money. But aside from that, you also have Instagram, which can also, you know, be done to increase your reach, your digital footprint. But that's something I'm going to talk about in future videos. I just wanted to just give my overall thoughts and my overall experiences with uploading YouTube shorts. Essentially, I could say that I uploaded YouTube shorts for around 100 days. And I can probably do something clickbaity for what the title of the video this one could be, but I'm not, you know, because I'll just be giving up straight up facts, especially based on my own YouTube channel. And these experiences just reflect the stuff that I've learned. I can't wait to see what my metrics and data are going to be on this particular channel, say in another month or so from now, because I'm going from uploading just one YouTube short a day to around 3 or maybe even 4. Like I said, there's other channels and other niches that are uploading like 15 videos a day, and they're generating close to like 200 million you know, views a month. So that's around, and if they're all shorts, that's possibly around $10,000. So it's not like it's impossible to do, it's just a lot of fucking work, you know. That's just literally what it is at the end of the day. So if you're willing and ready to do a lot of that work, more power to you, because I know I've been there. I know what it's like to do. But if that's not something you would like to do, if you don't want to, you know, consistently put out, like, say, you know, 3 shorts every single day, you know, or like, you know, you don't have to, right? If that's not you and you want to focus all of your energy into one video at a time, that is perfectly fine. At the end of the day, folks, I just want to tell you to don't write off YouTube shorts just because some random guru told you to write them off. You know, I want you to actually take a look at YouTube shorts and see if it fits your content creating strategy. You know, I believe there's a place for long form content. It's absolutely king. To me, it's king. It's always gonna be king. But at the end of the day, I do feel that if YouTube shorts is in your pipeline, there's a lot of ways to utilize it. There's a lot of ways to grow from it, because I feel like at the end of the day, YouTube shorts is best for growth, not necessarily best for monetization, but at the end of the day, it is best for growth, and you can generate so much more traction from YouTube shorts than you possibly ever imagined.